إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عن فاطمة الزهراء عليها السلام بنت رسول الله على الله عليه وآبائه قال: سمعت فاطمة أنها قالت: دخل علي أبي رسول الله في بعض الأيام فقال: السلام عليك يا فاطمة. فقلت: عليك السلام. قال: إني أجد في بدني ضعفا. فقلت له: أعوذ بك يا أبتا من الضعف. فقال: يا فاطمة ائتيني بالكساء اليماني فغطيني به. فأتيته بالكساء اليماني فغطيته وأصر به وسرت أنظر إليه وإذ وجهه يتلألؤ كأنه البدر في ليلة تمامه وكماله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولد الحسن عليه السلام في أقبل وقال: السلام عليك يا أمه. فقلت: عليك السلام يا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي. فقال: يا أماه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جدي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله. فقلت: نعم، إن جدك تحت الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فأقبل الحسن نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا جداه يا رسول الله. أتأذن لي أن أدخل معك تحت الكساء؟ فقال: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا صاحب حوضي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل معه تحت الكساء. صل على محمد وآل محمد. فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولد الحسين عليه السلام قد أقبل وقال: السلام عليك يا أمه. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي. فقال لي: يا أمه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جدي رسول الله. فقلت: نعم، إن جدك وأخاك تحت الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فدنا الحسين نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا جداه والسلام عليك يا من أخا يا من اختاره الله. أتأذن لي أن أكون معكما تحت الكساء؟ فقال: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا شافع أمتي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل معهما تحت الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. وأقبل عند ذلك أبو الحسن علي بن أبي طالب وقال: السلام عليك يا بنت رسول الله. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا أبا الحسن ويا أمير المؤمنين. فقال: يا فاطمة إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جدي أخي وابن عمي رسول الله. فقلت: نعم، ها هو مع ولديك تحت الكساء. فأقبل علي نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا رسول الله. أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال وعليك السلام يا أخي ويا موصي وخليفتي وصاحب لوائي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل علي تحت الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. ثم أتيت نحو الكساء وقلت السلام عليك يا أبتاه يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال وعليك السلام يا بنتي ويا بنعتي، قد أذنت لك. فدخلت تحت الكساء، فلما اكتملنا جميعا تحت الكساء أخذ بي رسول الله بطرفي الكساء وأومأ بيده اليمنى إلى السماء وقال اللهم إنا هؤلاء أهل بيتي وخاصتي وحامتي، لحمهم لحمي ودمهم دمي، يؤلمني ما يؤلمهم ويحزنني ما يحزنهم. أنا حرب لمن حاربهم وسلما لمن سالمهم وعدوا لمن عاداهم ومحبا لمن أحبهم. إنهم مني وأنا منهم، فاجعل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك وغفرانك ورضوانك علي وعليهم، واذهب عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فقال الله عز وجل يا ملائكتي ويا سكان سماواتي، إني ما خلقت سماء مبنيا ولا أرض مدحيا ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئا ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا في محبتي هؤلاء الخمسة الذين هم تحت الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد. فقال الأمين جبرائيل يا ربي ومن تحت الكساء؟ فقال عز وجل هم أهل بيت النبوة ومعادن الرسالة، هم فاطمة وأبوها وبعلها وبنوها. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فقال جبرائيل يا ربي أتأذن لي أن أحبط إلى الأرض ليكون معهم سادسا؟ فقال الله نعم، فقد أذنت لك. فحبط الأمين جبرائيل وقال السلام عليك يا رسول الله، العلي الأعلى يقرئك السلام عليك ويخصك بالتحية والإكرام ويقول لك عزتي وجلالي، إني ما خلقت سماء مبنيا ولا أرضا مضحيا ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئا ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا لأجلكم ومحبتكم، وقد أذنني بي أن أدخل معكم، فهل أتأذنني يا رسول الله؟ فقال رسول الله عليك السلام يا أمين وحي الله، إنه نعم قد أذنت لك. فدخل جبرائيل معنا تحت الكساء فقال اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فقال لي إن الله قد أوحى بي إليكم يقول إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فقال علي لأبي يا رسول الله أخبرني ما لجلوسنا هذا تحت الكساء من الفضل عند الله. فقال أعطيتني صلى الله عليه وآله والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا إلا ونزلت عليهم الرحمة وحفت بهم الملائكة واستغفرت لهم إلى أن يتفرقوا. فقال علي عليه السلام إذن والله فزنا وفاز شيعتنا ورب الكعبة. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فقال بي رسول الله عليه صلى الله عليه وآله يا علي والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا وفيهم محموم إلا وفرج الله هماه ولا مغموم إلا وكشف الله غماه ولا طالب حاجة إلا وقضى الله حاجته. فقال علي عليه السلام إذن والله فزنا وسعدنا وكذلك شيعتنا فازوا وصعدوا في الدنيا والآخرة ورب الكعبة. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
بر محمد و آل محمد صلوات. شاہ مردان شیر یزدان قوت پروردگار لا فتح اللہ علی لا سیف اللہ ذوالفقار. میرے علی کا قرآن سے مزاج ملتا ہے، میرے علی کا قرآن سے مزاج ملتا ہے، کل ایمان کا ایمان سے مزاج ملتا ہے، میرے علی کا قرآن سے مزاج ملتا ہے. جو کربلا میں تھی گونجی اسی اذان کی قسم، جو کربلا میں تھی گونجی اسی اذان کی قسم، میرے علی کا اذان سے مزاج ملتا ہے. 6 مہینے کا لیکن رباب سے پوچھو کہ اپنے بھائی جوان سے مزاج ملتا ہے. جو صبر زہرا کو دیکھا تو پھر یقین آیا، حسن حسین کا ماں سے مزاج ملتا ہے، میرے علی کا قرآن سے مزاج ملتا ہے، سخا میں اور عطا میں یہ ایک جیسے ہیں، بتاؤ ایسا کہاں سے مزاج ملتا ہے، بغیر رب کی وحی کے جو بولتا ہی نہیں، نبی کا رب کی زبان سے مزاج ملتا ہے، میرے علی کا قرآن سے مزاج ملتا ہے، با محمد و آل محمد السلام۔ دم بدم علی علی پکار، ہر قدم علی علی پکار، پاک ہے لہو کس کا، کس میں کیا خرابی ہے، کون ہے سکیفائی کون بوترابی ہے، پل میں سب کے چہروں سے ہو گیا شکار، دم بدم علی علی پکار، آل کی طرف گر تو ایک قدم بڑھائے گا، 10 قدم زمانے سے خود کا آگے پائے گا، کیونکہ یہ نہیں رکھتے کسی کا ادار، دم بدم علی علی پکار، تجھ کو فاطمہ زہرا کی دعائیں مل جائیں، خود تیری زیارت کو انبیاء چلے آئیں، کربلا پہنچ جائے تو جو ایک بار، دم بدم علی علی پکار، بر محمد و آل محمد صلوات۔
Assalamu alaikum. From the management of Razavi Community Center and SAJ, our heartful felicitations on this auspicious occasion on the birth anniversary of our fifth holy Imam, Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Felicitations to all of you and Imam of our time, Ajallah Ta'ala for your Sharif. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. On this occasion, inshallah, program will continue after the announcement with our lecture from our Resident Alim Maulana Sayyid Saghir Hussain, and after that we have full niyaz, so do stay with us for the niyaz also, inshallah. Tomorrow, Sunday evening after Maghrib, so we'll start with the Maghrib because that will be the third night of Rajab, and that is the Shahadat night of Imam Ali Naqi alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So inshallah we'll have the program starting at Maghrib Salat, which is 5:21. Inshallah we'll start at 5:21 tomorrow with the Maghrib and Isha Salat. After that we'll have inshallah the Marsiya and Majlis by our Resident Alim tomorrow inshallah. For Shab-e Jummah Thursday, that will be the first Shab-e Jummah of Rajab. So we'll inshallah do Lailatul Raghaib Amal here together with our Resident Alim Maulana inshallah Sayyid Saghir Hussain. So be also there at 7 o'clock. We'll start with the Amal inshallah on Thursday. And then next Friday, the Jummah Salat is 12:31, which is the Awwal Waqt inshallah, if you can join us for that. We'll be having inshallah, Rajab is a month of full of blessings, and it's a sacred month, one of the a sacred month out of the 4 inshallah. So we have many occasions throughout the month, and we'll be announcing all those programs. So if you are receiving email, that's good. Our newswire, if you are not, then you can contact myself. You can add your email address, or you can we can put you on a WhatsApp group for the announcement if you want. That way you will know all the upcoming programs throughout the month of Rajab, inshallah, throughout. Request for Surah Fatiha for the sponsors of tonight, Niyaz, this afternoon's Niyaz, and also these Marhumin that people have requested. Marhumin of Ghulam Hussain Mauladina family, Ghulam Hussain Khaki family, Musa Virji family, Ahmad Nanjikara family, Ramzan Ali Manik, Leela Bhai Manik, Amir Bhai Sundarji, Hasnan Rahim, Yusuf Ali Ghulam Hussain Mauladina, all Marhumin, all Hazreen who are present here, their Marhumin, anyone who has served the cause of Ahlul Bayt anywhere in the world, just include on this occasion and grant them the sawab of this Fatiha, Al-Fatiha. Just the last announcement, we have a program right now going on parallel for the young kids between age of 4 and 8, girls, boys both, in the conference room. I see already the kids are there. So in case ladies, if someone has just joined in, or anyone on the men's side, if they want to join between the age of 4 and 8, I can help you out if you don't know where the conference room is. There's a children program going on right now. So send your kid to the conference room for the program. And with your loud salawat, I'll request Maulana to start this majlis. Par Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli.
روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمهم الفداء. ما شاء الله لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله السميع العليم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي لا يبلغ مدحته القائلون ولا يحصي نعماءه العادون ولا يؤدي حقه المجتهدون. الذي ليس لصفته حد محدود ولا نعت موجود ولا وقت معدود ولا أجل ممدود. ثم الصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا العبد المؤيد والرسول المسدد المصطفى الأمجد المحمود الأحمد حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. صل على محمد. أما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في محكم كتابه الحكيم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ونزلنا عليك الكتاب تبيانا لكل شيء. صلوات. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. Congratulations to all of you on this very auspicious day. which coincides with the birth of our fifth holy infallible Imam, Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. We are really and truly blessed to have our connection and attachment and marifat of Ahl Baytul Nabi. I have a precious message to deliver, so allow me to quickly go to my topic without any introduction, because I want to be brief. Number one, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam reports that he offered Hajj along with his holy father, Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salam. And this is the sunnah of Ahl Bayt alayhi salam, learned from Rasulullah, that even a senior father and Imam is there. But Imam Baqir alayhi salam, to introduce people who we are and who is next Imam, and Allah knows what other intentions were there, Imam tells Imam Sadiq to deliver a khutbah in Hajj. And as we all know, in Hajj, think of those early days, not social media era today. Anything happens anywhere in the world, it's easily accessible to the whole world if delivered properly. So back those days, there were not that many reporters, not TVs, cameras, nothing to record. So Imam commands Imam Sadiq alayhi salam delivers a khutbah, and the Caliph at that time, Abdul Malik, is there. He's present. He listens to the khutbah. It's reported. It's a beautiful khutbah, and about in the same line, Imam Baqir alayhi salam also has a khutbah, Tafsir Furat, to refer, page 337. It's a magnificent, lengthy khutbah. Sometimes I love to go through these beautiful khutbahs because they are filled with marifat and ilm, knowledge, which helps us understand meanings and helps us understand life and helps us how to follow these perfectly guided, perfect exemplars and role models of us, of ours. Imam goes through the khutbah, and I just chose few lines. At a point, Imam says that Ya Yuhan Nas inna ahla bayt nabiyyukum sharrafahumullah. We have been honored by Allah, being the Ahl Bayt, the household of your Prophet. This is a very policy-making line. And we all know the caliphs, especially the Umayyads caliphs, well, Abbasids were even worse. They, when knew we have usurped the right of Ali, they knew this. So they were always under pressure. And whenever someone will report to them anything like this khutbah, they will be flared and they will be on fire. Their revenge and grudge will go to their peak. So Imam keeps on mentioning their fadail and comes to the lines that اختارهم وانتجبهم وارتضاهم واصطفاهم فجعلهم علما لعباده وأدلاء لهم على صراطه فهم الأئمة. Allah chose us and did so many things for us. Therefore, فهم, they are the only one to be the imams of people and guides of people. And adillah, guides towards Allah Jalla Shanu. They are the one who Allah has distinguished them from others. This was the end of the Caliph. He didn't say anything there because he knew all different tribes, their chiefs, different people, they are there in the holy city of Mecca. If he says or does anything against these two personalities, maybe people are going to rebel right there. They had learned this from Inqilab of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Let's have a salawat. Right after he reaches home, he summons the governor of Medina that sent these two to Damascus by force. And how it was? Look, Imam, the whole riwayah, it's a lengthy riwayah. I have given you a piece of it previously. Today, inshallah, with the command of Allah, I'll give you all of the hadith. And why I chose this is, that Imams, they say, we are the Imam, we are the guide. Al-Imamu yahdin nas ilallah. Imam is the one who guides people towards Allah, towards God. Without Imam, we cannot know what Allah wants from us. We cannot reach to the Ridwan of Allah. Because Ma'rifat of Allah is confined with the Ma'rifat of Imam, and fellowship of Rasulullah is confined with the fellowship of Imams from Ahl Bayt alayhimus salam. So simple is that. An enemy was always against this idea, because of course they wanted people to bow towards them, accept their caliphate, accept their khilafah. They used to call them, we are the hukama of ummah. And mockery is, no one ever claimed they are the Imams chosen by Allah, or Allah has guided them, or they have the knowledge of Rasulullah, or they have the knowledge of the book. So this was the reason that he summoned both Imams. Imam Sadiq reports, this tyrant deliberately did not allow us to enter his court for 3 days. Think of the madlumi of Imams. It's not only Imam Ali or Imam Hussein. Every single Imam of ours have been through the same dhulm as the first Imam went through. Their situation is not different. Caliph keeps on holding these two Imams and did not allow them to enter the court for 3 days. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, after the 4th day, he allowed us, we were permitted to enter. And how? This shaitan deliberately, look what he had prepared for Imams. He had gathered best of his archers, his army men, his generals, filled there. And they were shooting arrows. Now he had plans for Imam to break that sanctity, that sacred line of Ahl Bayt alayhimus salam that you claim, astaghfirullah, na'udhu says of you, that you have been honored by God. Now I'm going to break that honor. So his plans were there. Now he says, and Imam Sadiq says, no one ever dared to look even at the face of my father. He calls Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam by his name, which was again a su'e adab, a disrespect. In Arabs, even today, they never call directly with name. Yes, in West nowadays, they say Muhammad, Ali, Hassan, come here. But in our traditional way, the Arabic way it is, they say Aba Muhammad, Aba Ja'far, Aba Ali. Right? To show respect, they go with kunya. He calls Imam with his name. So astaghfirullah, na'udhu billah, belittle him. Imam doesn't reply. He says, yeah, oh Muhammad, why don't you shoot some arrows? Imam says, my age of shooting arrows is gone. Please excuse me. He says, no, you have no exception. No way. You must shoot arrows. Imam says, excuse me, Caliph. My age is not to shoot arrows. Appears to be the last days of Imam. As we all know, Imam is born in 57 after Hijrah, and 114 is the date of martyrdom of Imam. So Imam says that, excuse me from shooting arrows. He says, no, I give you qasam of Allah Jalla Shanu. You must shoot some arrows. Now Imam has no way out. Imam grabs the bow, puts the arrow in it, and shoots the target. Or as they say, bullseye. And it centers the target in precision. Now, Caliph is a little alert. The first arrow exact in middle of the target. But this was not the amazement point. Amazement point was Imam shoots the next arrow. As we all know, arrow is comprised of 4 main parts. I will go but 2. The nock, the bottom, the shaft or the body of the arrow, and the point. The arrowhead fits on the point. The arrow is in the target, and Imam shoots the next arrow. Second arrow sits in the nock of the first arrow, which is in middle of the target. Splits the arrow into 2. vertically and sits in the point. And Imam shoots 10 arrows, one after the other, exactly in the same manner. That the final arrow cuts the 9th arrow into two and sits exactly in center of the bullseye. Now, the audience, they shouted loudly, "Wow, mashallah, ahsant." And Hisham, who was even in more anger and hatred, he said, "You said your age is past. You are the best archer I have ever seen in my life among Arab and non-Arab. How did you say your age of shooting arrows is gone?" Now Imam replies to him in a way. Imam knows his plans. Imam says, Quran says, "Al-yawm akmaltu lakum dinakum." Look how Imam brings Quran in there. "Al-yawm akmaltu lakum dinakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'amati." Don't you know I am the son of Rasulullah and I inherit every single perfection from my grandfather Rasulullah. Allahumma salli. Remember, Quran has an ayah, "Yuriduna liyutfi'u nurallahi biafwahihim wallahu mutimmu nurihi wallahu karihal mushrikun kafirun." They want to put out the nur of Allah with the blows of their mouth. They want to put out the nur of Allah, but Allah denies. Allah denies. Allah wants the perfection of His nur. Allah wants manifestation, dhuhur of His nur. Look how Allah makes His nur come distinguished and high and stronger and more visible than ever before. Imam says, "My Nana was perfect, as our religion is perfect. Likewise, Allah has given and granted all these perfections, kamalat, in any possible way, in all aspects of a human life, and beyond that." Now Hisham, he says, "Can your son Jafar, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, also shoot arrows like this?" He was trying to attack Imam in a sense that maybe you did it, and my commanders are impressed, really impressive, but can your son also do this? Now look, even it goes deeper. Imam says, all of us, we inherit every single perfection from my grandfather Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now Khalifa has no other way because everybody is listening. Another billah in his view. Now it's worse. First it was Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. Now he's saying, my son is also like me. There's no difference. Whatever beauty, if I can say, or the fadail virtues I have, my son also possesses that. And it's not ours. This Imam, na'udhu billah, in Kafir's view, that Kafir was saying, he's saying this is from Rasulullah. This was the intimidation to him. That these Ahl Bayt's people, they always connect with Rasulullah. Now look how he attacks this aspect of the discussion. He says, aren't we all, because he was from Umayyah bin Abd Shams. He says, aren't we all children of Abd Munaf, great-great-grandfather of Rasulullah's chain, and himself? Aren't we all son of his? So what is your distinction? Why are you so special? I mean, you're no special. I'm also from the same line. But look how Imam enters into a different. You see, he's the Imam Masoom. This is a way of Quran. Quran even says, "Ud'u ila sabili rabbik bil hikmati wal mau'izatil hasana wajadilhum billati," and argue with them in such a way, ahsan, which is the best. Now, Imam being inheritant of the perfections of Rasulullah, which also includes perfection of Quran and knowledge of Quran and how to debate, how to do ahsan jidal. How Imam could miss on this? So look how best possible way Imam enters. Imam says, don't you read in Quran, but تَبِيَا وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ تِبْيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. The ayah I recited in Sarnama. that we have revealed this book to you. تِبْيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. It clarifies everything, all things. When I say kull, means everything. Nothing is exempted. Nothing is out of the sphere of kulli shay. Laysa kamithlihi shay. Allah even says for himself, nothing, no shay is likeness of Allah. And book, Allah says, I have now. وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ, Imam mentions again. أَحْصَيْنَاهُ فِي كِتَابٍ مُبِينٍ. Imam says, everything, anything in Quran, we have the knowledge of it. And others, they don't. You are son of Abd Munaf Ridwanullahi alayh. But you don't inherit this knowledge of my grandfather Rasulullah. Do you? Now look how he says. He says, yes, there was one prophet. You guys are not prophets. Do you claim to be prophet? Look how he's trying to basically derail and distract Imam from his logic. And he's trying to communicate to his elite that these guys are not special. I'm also from the same line as the genealogists are sitting there. I'm a relative to Rasulullah. Not only Imam Baqir is the relative, this is his logic. And look how, from which way he's entering. Look how Imam will shut that door on his face. Have a salawat, please. We say it, Burhan. We have Burhani Inni and Burhani Limmi. You did not hear. Burhani Inni is the strongest. Imam enters in such a way that now the Caliph is just on his foregrounds. Imam says, don't you read in Quran? Allah says, La tuharrik lisanaka lita'ajala bihi. In Surah Marka Qiyamah. Don't you read in Quran? Allah speaks to Rasulullah, oh my Prophet, I love you. Don't rush with your tongue in recitation of Quran. Inna alayna. We are the revealer of Quran. Inna alayna bayana. We will explain to you when, which ayah to mention. You have the knowledge of all of the Quran. Wait. Don't you read that? And Rasulullah and all the Mufassirin, even during that time, they agreed what ta'ayyaha udhunun wa'iyya is about Imam Ali alayhi salam in Surah Marka al-Haqqa. Whatever Rasulullah received from Allah Jalla Shano, he taught it to Imam Ali Murtada alayhi salam, and he learned it perfectly without making any mistake or forgetting any information. He says, whatever Rasulullah received, he gave it to Imam Ali. And Imam Ali even announced it on the member of Kufa, right next to you. Don't you hear him saying, Rasulullah taught me 1,000 chapters of knowledge. That with arrival of every single chapter, 1,000 newer chapters were open to me of knowledge. So, saluni qabla an tafqiduni. Ask me anything you like before you lose me, before I leave this world. I have the knowledge of everything. And Quran says, Tibyanan li kulli shay. This Quran is to clarify everything. Now when Caliph listens to this, he's looking towards left and right. And he does another tactic of jidal. That is now the billah, to ignore your opponent. He just sits quiet, looks here and there, and Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam is standing right in the middle of the court. And Imam Sadiq alayhi salam is also beside him. They're both standing, and everybody is sitting in chairs. Now he plays this tactic. And now Imam Sadiq alayhi salam reports, whenever my father Imam al-Baqir used to get a bit angry, he will start looking towards the sky. And Hisham notices. And Imam Baqir at another place has mentioned that we Imams are given something which was given only to Rasulullah, and we inherit that. And what was that? That was the Jalal. No one can look into our eyes. At certain moments, when Imams, they become into that Jalal position, no one can look at them. No one can look into their eyes. Hisham sees Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam in that situation. And now he's terrified. His body starts trembling. Says, Ya Aba Ja'far, you are the best. Stands up, grabs Imam, makes him sit beside him. And now my last point. Please have a salawat. Salli ala Ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Imam has a line there. Wahumul babul mubtala. Before I give you the last word of and line of him. Wahum al babul mubtala bihi. Ahle Bayt's infallible Imams. They are a means of test. How Allah wants to test us. Bab doesn't mean exactly the door here. Though in Arabic language, see, we have Bab, mukhtalif abwab of Imams. Like Abu Hashim Khalid al-Kabuli Ridwanullah alayhi is the Bab of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Jabir ibn Yazid Ju'fi Ridwanullah alayhi is the Bab of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. Abu Basir Ridwanullahi alayhi is the Bab of Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam. And all the Imams alayhi salam, they had Bab means a means, a way to connect with Imam. Imam says Allah chose to test the ummah of Rasulullah through us. So be very careful how you treat us. Whoever loves and obeys us, felicitous and successful will be he or she. And whoever hates us and shows animosity and grudge, holds any type of grudge against us, Allah is going to throw him on his face in the fire of hell. So the test is, do we love Ahle Bayt or not? And this is what Bani Umayyah and Banu Abbas, they knew precisely. Maybe you can rule someone's body, but you cannot control someone's heart, their feelings, especially their love. Allah even says in the Quran, doesn't matter you spend the whole earth full of gold, you cannot turn people's heart. It's only Allah Jalla Shanu who turns people's heart in any way, in any direction Allah chooses. The last word he says, and Imam says is that ma farratna fil kitab min shay. O Caliph, Allah has not left a single thing without a mention in his book, meaning in the Quran Kareem. And on top of everything is the Imamat of Ahl Bayt alayhimus salam. There's no runaway from the Wilayat of Ahl Bayt alayhimus salam. Khalifa decides to send them back right away. There are many other events which took place. Like exactly outside of the court, there was another munadhara of Imam with an archbishop of Christians those days. I have reported this to you. But I'm going to mention last thing to you, which is other than that. That is that Imam says that we are the Hadi, chosen and appointed by Allah Jalla Shanu. We always mention Ahl Bayt. Today it's the birthday of Imam. We are celebrating his birthday. Tomorrow evening after Maghrib and Salah is the Shahadat Shab of 10th Holy Imam. We are inshallah going to commemorate the martyrdom of Imam. Why do we gather? And what do we avail from it? Is the question. When Allah says they are the Hadi, when Allah says I chose them, I appointed them as your leaders, it obligates, dear brothers and sisters, it obligates that we listen to the message brought by them. We take the path chosen by them. We act exactly as done by them. We offer our salah, fast the way they fasted, do all the other fiqhi part the way they did. This is ittiba'. And Imam says that whoever does our ittiba', whoever obeys us, felicitous is he. Successful will be he or she who obeys us and who denies our teachings, denies our opinion, meaning denies our view on different issues. destroyed is that person. Now, what do we get from this munadara? Doesn't matter how high in rank was Imam Baqir alayhi salam, but Zalim was there to test him. Doesn't matter how much fadl, perfection, kamal Allah had given him. There was the second Imam also present there. But look how they were misbehaved and mistreated. What is there to learn for us is that way, that sunnah, the way they behaved, the way they reacted. Imam brought Quran Kareem in middle of there. Physically, there were only two men, Imam al-Baqir and Imam al-Sadiq alayhim as-salam. And the army men of Caliph are there. Riwayah doesn't say how many, but the court was filled. And people who have gone and have seen the Masjid Jami of Dimashq and the court, you can count how many men and women can be gathered in that large hall. Even if you look at the old Darul Amara in Kufa, you can kind of gauge that how huge and gigantic these places were. It was a huge palace. As we know from the Rawayat, when Yazid gathered Imam Sajjad alayhi salam in his court, there were 700 armed security guards there. Look of the other people, dignitaries who were sitting there. How many would they be? So my point was two men and how he intimidated Imam. And at a point he threatened Imam. Sometimes the tone is not interpreted, which is written in words. When he says, aren't we all children of, Abd Munaf? Meaning you have no distinction. Not only no distinction, if you did not prove, God forbid, you may get killed. As we all know, these tyrants, as soon as they become angry, and the other person is not of their type, or not their group, or not their supporter, does not obey them, they may order to kill them. But look how Imam alayhi salam perfectly used Quran Kareem to not only defend himself, to defend Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, who was always being mistreated on the minbar by the same caliph and his elite. The question is, I had the second story which I wanted to report is from this Bab of Imam al-Baqir, Jabir ibn Yazid Jawfi Ridwanullahi alayhi. This man says, I memorized 70,000 hadith from Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam alone. Salli ala Muhammad. 70,000 ahadith. You know why I'm mentioning this? How many ahadith do we know from Imam al-Baqir? Or from all of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam? If somebody asks us on a certain topic, tell me something about this topic from any of your Imams. Can we report a hadith from any of our Imams? Let alone from a distinguished Imam like Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. I had a great teacher in Hausa. He always used to tell us something common. He used to say, any day, whenever, it was our class day, whenever it's a birthday or a martyrdom day of some of the infallibles, remember one hadith from that Masoom or Masoomah Kaunain Salamullahi alayha. So he says, at the end of your Hausa, you have memorized over 1,000 hadiths. Look, sometimes we undermine the value of these minor things. In one day, let's say today, I will beg all of you, please try to memorize one hadith from Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam regarding any topic. Topic of your choice, but one hadith. Hazrat Jabir, he was so honored and honorable in the eyes of Imam that, remember, many Imams, they have commanded people to go and ask other people, non-Masoom, their fatwa. Hazrat Jabir was one of those. Hazrat Abu Hamza Thumali was another great companion. We all know him from Dua Abu Hamza Thumali, Radwanullahi alayhi. Now, Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam's distinction, as we all know, is with his knowledge. So, anybody, everyone, doesn't matter who they are, supporters or enemies, they acknowledged the Baqarul Ilm attribute of Imam. You know what does Baqarul Ilm means? When somebody cuts something apart asunder, a big cut, that is known as Baqar. Because deliberately Bani Umayyah had spread ignorance. They had allowed people to abandon the Quran and Hadith and widespread the ignorance, jahalat. In that darkness, Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam took the opportunity to revive, number one, the Sunnah of Rasulullah by reporting his Hadith. Number two, by starting teaching people the tafsir of Quran Kareem. Number three, by teaching people the fiqh Islami, practical part of Islam. Rulings, how to, let's say, perform wudu, how to establish salah, what are the conditions of wudu, what are the conditions of salah, sharaid kya hai, ajza kya hai. Imam started opening up these critical and basic topics of religion. That's why people called him Baqirul Ulum, not Baqirul Ilm, splitter of one knowledge. Baqirul Ulum, splitter of many branches of knowledge. And that's why we have not only Shiites, we have few Shia students among Imam Baqir and Imam as-Sadiq alayhi salam. Among 4,000, maybe not more than 100 were Shiites. The rest were non-Shiites. And when somebody comes to someone to learn something, when they find them to be worthy of being a teacher. Hakam ibn Utayba, he says, I have been with many great scholars. But when one day by incident, I came in front of Imam al-Baqir in Masjidul Nabi, I could not talk in front of this man. And my body, I felt, was shivering. I questioned him. I have seen so many great scholars, but none gave me this awe, which I get from you. Why is this? Mom says, don't you know in front of whom are you sitting? Fi buyutin adina Allahu an yudhkara. Imam mentions this ayah of Surah Al-Nur. You are sitting in front of such a person in whose home the name of Allah Jalla Shanu is always mentioned. We are those buyut. Imam calls himself the buyut. हम हैं वो घर कि जहाँ पर अल्लाह ने इजाज़त दी है कि उसका नाम लिया जाए, उसके नाम का जिक्र किया जाए. एक सलवात पढ़ दीजिए. Muhammad. Last Thursday, I gave a dhikr. I didn't want to slip on my message. That's why I went straight to the message while I was to say this in beginning. Mahi Rajab, the month of Rajab, and Shaban and Ramadan, they are the blessed months. The Awwal Mahi Muharram and Haram, where battle was abandoned among even Araba Fira Jahiliya, is Mahi Rajab. This is the month of dua, and dua is a type of wird and wazifa, as we say. I gave a wazifa on Thursday, which many of you asked me to send it to them, and I decided, I'll go a bit slow. I was maybe a little fast that day. That wazifa I gave is like this. Number one is Ayatul Kursi, which is ayah number 255 in Surah Mubarakah al-Baqir, second surah of Quran Kareem. You recite Ayatul Kursi 4 times. Ayatul Kursi 4 times. And then the first ayah of Surah Mubarakah al-Imran, which is the third surah, you recite it 4 times. Allahu la ilaha illahu al-hayyul qayyum is the ayah. And then in Surah Mubarakah Nisa, which is Surah number 4 of Quran Kareem, you recite ayah number 87. Allahu la ilaha illahu again. La yajma'annakum ila yawmil qiyamati la rayba fih wa man asdaqu min Allahi haditha. 4 times. So Surah Mubarakah Nisa, ayah number 87, 4 times. Then Surah Mubarakah Taghabun, Surah 64. You recite Allahu la ilaha illahu. The point was that look, this is the common piece. Allahu la ilaha illahu, it has no dots. And most of the ulama, they say this ayah Mubarakah has Ismi Azam Ilahi. And we know the power of Ismi Azam. 4 times. And then finally, ayah number 26 of Surah Al-Imran, which is Surah number 3. قُلِ اللَّهُمَّ مَالِكَ الْمُلْكِ تُؤْتِي الْمُلْكَ مَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتَنْزِعُ الْمُلْكَ مِمَّنْ تَشَاءُ تُعِزُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتُذِلُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ بِيَدِكَ الْخَيْرُ إِنَّكَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. These ayat, when you recite them after Salatul Fajr. Somebody asked me after Salatul Layl. No, Wajib Salah. Wajib namaz ke baad you do this dhikr and you question Allah, anything. Have a salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Not a problem. And it's suggestion today, you even recorded me that day separately. It still needs a repetition. Surah Mubarakah al-Baqir. Ayatul Kursi, we all know. Ayah 255. Ayatul Kursi starts, Allahu la ilaha illahu al-hayyul qayyum la ta'khudhuhu sinatun illa wala nawm ila akhir. Don't make me recite the whole Ayatul Kursi. I don't mind, but people will be a bit tired. And then you recite first ayah of Surah Al-Imran, Surah number 3. And then ayah number 87, Surah Mubarakah An-Nisa, which is Surah number 4. And then Surah At-Taghabun. And then again Al-Imran, ayah number 26. You recite all these ayat 4 times. After Salat al-Fajr, Namaz Fajr ke baad, Wajib namaz ke baad. You recite them after the obligatory Salah, Salatul Fajr, and then you question Allah Jalla Shanu. And of course, don't forget durood, meaning salawat, before, in the beginning, and at the end of your dua. Insha'Allah al-Aziz, Allah will grant you your wishes and your desires. Have a salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. My majlis is done. Rajabul Marjab, Sha'banul Mu'azzam, and Ramadanul Kareem are the months of self-building. These holy and blessed months, they have their own status and conditions near Allah Jalla Shanu. Remember, even places, they hold a certain place near Allah, like Holy Kaaba. Ruling of Salah is different in Holy Kaaba. Why? Because it's a different place. It has a distinction. The Haram of Imam Hussain alayhi salam has its own rulings. Haram of Rasulullah has its own rulings. Sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. There is so much to be said in this regard. But in brief, what my point is, जब हम उर्दू में नहीं कहते जब लोहा गर्म होता है तो उस वक़्त की ज़रूरत दूसरे औकात की ज़रूरत से बहुत मुख्तलिफ है. आज लोहा गर्म है, everything is on sale. We just passed the vacation and Boxing Week sale, and then Boxing Month sale is still going on. Look how these people are intelligently using these, and Allah has given us all these parameters in beginning. I mean, since beginning. Ramadanul Kareem is the month of dua, forgiveness, and everything. Rajabul Marjab, remember, is the month of Imam Ali alayhi salam. The month of Walaya. If you question Allah with the Walayat of Ahlul Bayt, especially Walayat of Ali alayhi salam, Allah will never deny you. I make dua, oh Allah, for the sake of Imam Ali alayhi salam, for the sake of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam, for the sake of Bibi Zainab, whose wafat is going to be coinciding on 15th of Rajab, and then Imam Naqi alayhi salam and others. Grant all of us our du'as and our wishes and desires. O Allah, put us all among true lovers and followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. O Allah, put us among those whom Imam Baqir alayhi salam promises their intercession and shafaat and their du'as, and with their shafaat, inshallah, everyone is going to be forgiven. O Allah, put us among those lucky ones. O Allah, for the sake of Ahlul Bayt, hasten in the reappearance of our Imam, and enlist us among his true lovers, supporters, and followers. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم مع ذكر صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Thank you so much.
بتوجه زيارة. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيادة